Criminals! Your sentence is to be hanged from the neck until dead. Let your souls feed the first ones, and your bodies feed the land. Witch! Ranger! An outcast, lurking among the shadows of the trees like an animal. You murdered one of my soldiers in the name of a filthy thief. Your guilt is clear. Plead for mercy, if you must. Sorceress! You were banished by your Akara for experimenting with the elements. Arrogance has led you here, and arrogance keeps you on those gallows. Speak your piece! Getting away! Stop it!
They will suffer for this humiliation.
By the first ones! You're alive!
I'm glad to see another living soul. The miller went off to warn Clearfell about a strange sickness plaguing our men. I was fixing to go after him, till that bloody thing got to me first. Now, all those who drowned in the flooding, suddenly they ain't so dead no more. I would appreciate it if you could... Reach Clearfell find the Miller.
Death comes swiftly here. I should keep moving.
By Garukan!
Power can hide where you least expect. Inspiring.
Return to your grave!
Step on my chosen path.
Exile of the Marrakech! Away with you!
You there? Please aid us!
Their sickness controls him. He bore the mark of corruption. I know it. This has a history of its own.
Well done. Please come inside.
Here, there is a small trace of hope in the air.
Friendly's the name. You're skilled with the violence, if what you did out there in the riverbanks is any sign. Another refugee from the Count's justice, I take it. Well, have no fear. This place is something of a hideaway for many of us now, and we could sorely use your skills in these dark times. I'll smith for you what I can, if you're willing to bend your violence toward our defense. There's a beast of particular dark power stalking us out in the felling. It moves unseen under the dirt and attacks without warning. We can't leave the walls to find food, and I've been unable to corner and slay the beast myself. Now, if you could channel your violence against this devourer, as Finn calls it, we'd be indebted to you.
His burden is heavy. He hides it well.
Flame Wall ignites enemies when caught in it. Any projectiles that pass through the wall will deal extra fire damage. Ice Nova can chill and freeze enemies. Use it if enemies get too close. Frost Bomb pulses with ice, reducing enemies' resistance to cold damage. After a time, the ore will explode. Spark projectiles bounce off walls. This has a Frost Bomb. Flame Wall ignites enemies when caught in it. Any projectiles that pass through Ice Nova can chill and freeze enemies. Use it if
Welcome to the Camp of the Lost, stranger. We survive, but we do not live. I am Una. All this began the night Count Gino took his most loyal men into the Grellwood. After he returned, a madness grew in him. Something happened out there. Please, I beg of you, travel into the forest and begin your search. There must be some clue as to what took place. I fear this land's sickness will only deepen unless we do something.
Her mind tends to wander. She reminds me of one of my sisters.
How can I help? Renly's the name. You're skilled with the violence. If what you did out there in the riverbanks is any sign, well, I've no fear. I'll smith for you what I... Well, this place was never meant to house this many people, especially not the sick and injured. But there's nowhere else to go. The monsters creeping out of the forest keep us locked within these wooden walls, and the Count's tyranny has made outlaws of everyone here. So nobody's coming to save us. I don't have the heart to tell the others I don't see a way to survive this. I put on a brave face, but it's the truth. How's the clearing? This part of Farrell has been a fair home for many an Essamite generation. The clans didn't always get along, but we had to settle our feuds when the Eternals laid their savage boot upon us. We weren't able to take part in the Bloody Flowers Rebellion, but we had our share of conflict with them here. Their ruins run over the top of ours, fighting a silent war in stone. It's a shame what happened to old Brannock. He was a kind man in life, but I can't say I'll miss the creature he became. Oh, he tried to batter his way in for 5 full days once he rose again. Well, we thought we were done for, but then you came along, and I'm glad you did. Stick to the cairns.
Welcome, violent stranger. I am Finn, and I shall be your humble provider of useful and diverse objects. That are most definitely not scrounged or stolen. If I don't got it, I can get it. You just let me know. This is a wooden tomb, if you care to see it objectively. We're not quite dead yet, but food supply is dwindling, and I've seen what hunger can make a man do. The monsters out there are not the ones that will get us in the end. Oh, Renly's all right. Only man in the village that didn't run me out of town whenever he saw me. Well, maybe it's because he didn't have a daughter to protect. None of it's junk. Trust me. Not bad. Bye then.
Headstrong and overconfident. Like me.
Hello. Renly brings the strength, Finn brings the wit, and I'm doing my best to keep spirits raised with my songs. Hope is the only thing we have now, but it's in short supply. He doubts himself, but I know he will find a way to protect us. He is a good man, and I am thankful for his presence. In many ways, he reminds me of my father.
By decree of the Count of Ogham, able-bodied men capable of excavation must present themselves at the manor at once. Failure to do so will constitute a crime. I have received reports of a number of villagers hiding at the Clearfell logging site. Travel there and convey my order to return. Anyone refusing my authority should be considered a traitor and a criminal. Deal with them as you see fit, but bring their bodies back to the manor.
Doubt me. disgusting. Everything is wet and vile in Ogham. Vision. I must travel light.
Yes? Deal. Deal. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. But cheers. Guess I can help move that for you. Not bad. See you.
Need mana! Foul insect!
The mudworm. have wandered the Vestiri. This was not a challenge.
Ah, finally! Took down the Devourer, did you? Oh, that's incredible! This is the first real success we've had against the darkness. We can breathe a bit easier now, perhaps even go out and gather food. Now, this won't... This part of Farrell has been a fair home for many an Ezomite generation. The clans didn't always get along, but we had to settle our feuds when the Eternals laid their savage boot upon us. We weren't able to take part in the Bloody Flowers Rebellion, but we had our share of conflict with them here. Their ruins run over the top of ours, fighting a silent war in stone. Bad enough I have all these folks to protect. I've been worried sick about my son ever since the Count's men arrested him. I was hoping you might have seen him when you were in their custody. He's a big lad, but you can't miss him because, well, he's not from around here. I found him washed up on the riverbanks when he was just a child, a Karoi foundling, perhaps lost by some raiding party. Nobody ever came for him, though. Every day here in Clearfell, I keep my eyes on the river, hoping he'll miraculously wash up on its lonely sands just one more time. It's a shame what happened to old Brannock. He was a kind man in life, but I can't say I'll miss the creature he became. Oh, he tried to batter his way in for 5 full days once he... Steel. That'll be useful. Till next time.
Flame War Ember Fusillade conjures motes of fire that hover above you. When you stop casting, the embers will launch at your enemies. Flame Ice Nova can chill and freeze enemies. Use it in Frost Bomb. Spark projectiles bounce off walls. This has a chance to shock enemies. Shocked enemies take more damage. Frost Bomb pulses with ice, reducing enemies' resistance to cold damage. Flame War Frost Bomb pulses with ice. Frost bolts chill the ground and slow enemies.
thematic head. No mana. It is strange to think. The Vestiri was once home to such forests. Of the Marike.